My name's Danny Eastwood, and I've lived in the Blacktown area now for about 42 years. I'm an Aboriginal artist, cartoonist and sculptor and whatever, and I enjoy doing art, and I have some public art around the area and other parts of Sydney. There's Nurringindji Reserve. Me and my son Jamie, we both worked on that. Carved trees, carved rocks, and there's a path there. Plus the entrance to Nurringindji Reserve also, there's the artwork you see at the entrance. And as you go further down the highway, you'll see the signs called Blacktown at either Doonside and Rooty Hill. They're also a part of my art. And I'm just thinking, we've got roundabouts near the Workers' Club there. You see emus, kangaroos and platypus. That's also, but that's a different type of art. It's mosaics. It's a different type of art. I've worked in a lot of schools here, and I've done some murals in a few of the schools. And also I'm a cartoonist for the National Aboriginal newspaper, the Koori Mail. At the Workers' Club, that's to do with the history of Blacktown, how Blacktown got its name. It starts off with Captain Cook and goes on to Phillip and all the Macquarie and the convicts and the Aboriginal and the institution at the Rooty Hill there. So I put a bit of work into that, and it shows just how Blacktown got its name. It took a little bit of time to do that painting. But that's just one painting. My life's full of art, it's just everyday occurrence. I used to be a fireman for 23 years, and when I left the fire brigade I became a TAFE teacher, teaching art in the correction centres and teaching Aboriginal art. So, and I really enjoyed that because they couldn't wait long enough. They was all lined up just now. And there's only supposed to be about 5 or 6 people in my class, being a correction centre, but I ended up having up to 20 at a time, so they all wanted to come. And over the years I've done community art, working in community schools, and I like sharing my art around. My son Jamie, he's always busy doing art also, because it's been passed on to my grandchildren and to my sons and my daughter. My parents were originally from Rawarrina, Ngemba tribe up there, with a very historical place because it's the rocks, the fishing rocks and all that on the river. And they moved down because just after the war they moved to Sydney, and I was born in Sydney, Gadigal country, in Waterloo, and I grew up there till I was 13. Then we moved over to the North Shore, and we had a national park right in my back door, a little creek, animals, and because I was about 13, just going 14, I said, bugger this, I love this place, so I wagged school for a whole year. And just walked the bush and did all that. Because I was like a lot of Aboriginal people, we're shy people. And we either box or do gymnastics, sports or art. I did the whole lot because I was boxing when I was little, but I got banned from the Police Boys Club because I was, if you've got to box, you box. I went full belt instead of sparring, and that's the way we did our talking with my art, because my father would show me off doing what you call Mr. Squiggles, and anyone will do a line, and even at the age of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, he'd be showing off when I'll be making things out of it, which I still do today. I can make anything. I just say, do a squiggly line, and I ask the person, what type of Australian animal would you like, without looking at it. Then I turn it over and I'll just make a koala kangaroo because my imagination sees these things straight away. This one behind me now, this is the dude. We live out in the western suburbs, and when you hear the news, it's always Bondi and the city and all that, and I call it Sacred Cows Beach because I once did some illustrations for a book, and part of it was sacred cows in black and white and pen, And I said, oh, bugger, I might paint that because we live out in the western suburbs here and we don't get to go to the beach. It's that far away. And I'm going to do some more. I'm going to do Sacred Cows area of Manly, Coogee and a few other beaches. So I've been downloading pictures and getting pictures of cows' faces. And I'm going to do a series of cow pictures. Well, I like to tell a story when I do art, a lot of people ask, especially when you're Aboriginal, what's the story behind your art? And they need to, I tell them a bit of bull because it keeps them happy. Oh, that's the great surf. They come down to the sky and splash the water up and it made tidal waves, sort of little bull. Oh, really? Yeah. Well, because every Aboriginal artist, they've got to explain their art for some reason. So I try and do artwork so I don't have to explain what it is. You can see the story, the painting itself tells the story by looking at it. Every day is a new part of art to me.